So,
Yeah,
hello
we will.
everyone. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining in for today's session. And let's now warmly welcome our keynote speaker, Shivam Sharma. Hello, Shivam. Thank
Hi,
you for
Shivam.
agreeing to join.
Hey everyone, thanks a lot. Thank you,
Okay.
Team Neuroscribe, for hosting me. It's great to be with you all, folks. So, Gagi, are we waiting for someone or can we get started now?
Yeah, we can start. We can start. Yeah.
Cool. So, before moving further, I think you might have seen the LinkedIn post. Still, I want to just give me a quick introduction of myself. So, hey, my name is Shivam Sharma, and I'm currently working as a software engineer at Microsoft. It has been around 2 years. I passed on from DTU 2023 batch from CSE. And talking about the technical expertise, currently I'm working on AI and totally upon agents. And if you know about agentic AI, so
Yeah.
that is what I'm working on in Team Microsoft with Team Pathol. So yeah, that's a brief about me. Now next, we can get started with the session. Just give me a second and please. So, Aviruji, I will be sharing my screen, or
Okay.
you can you share the.
I
Yeah.
will stop.
Remove. Yeah. It's fine.
Just give me a second. Sorry, a bit of network flakiness. Please let me know once my screen is visible.
It is visible, Shivam. Yeah.
Cool. So we will be talking about the first and foremost thing that is being required in an interview when you are presenting yourself. That is the resume. So a question to you all, and I want this session to be interactive because this not if that is to be recorded, then I can just record and upload it. Why would you guys waste your Saturday evening and why wouldn't we? Right? So definitely we want this to be an interactive. What do you think? What is the way by which you present yourself in front of the interview? Let's say you are going in an interview. What does that one thing that carry your profile that hey, this is Shivam Sharma and this is what we are talking about and this is the person that we are looking for. It's the resume, right? So it's the resume is kind of a blueprint of yourself in front of the interview. So whatever you have done doesn't matter. The 4 years of your graduation, everything else, the achievements, the number of questions, the lead code questions, the project, everything that all boils down to a single page of resume, and that is the something that is being shown to the interviewer, on which you will be like you have an image that is your you can say that this is the copy of me, right? So the importance of resume is that much that you can assume you are nothing without a resume. So the first question that comes is how to present yourself. How are we going to present ourselves in the interview? Does anyone like to chime in and share your thoughts here?
Yeah, guys, please unmute. Let's make the session a little more interactive.
Anyone?
Having an introduction section. Okay, someone is writing in the chat.
Okay, but this is not. Let's assume the situation is I am the interviewer, you are the interviewee. So, how do you present yourself?
Simply introducing myself, and you have the idea by having my resume.
Okay, so Bhavya, I'm just sharing one of the point. I have been at mentor and the like the placement coordinator at Placefit. So I have been the hiring manager as well there for around 2 years, and I'm still doing that. I have taken more than 500 interviews in terms of mock interviews and the hiring interviews as well. Sharing my personal experience within just a minute, within after just the introduction that the person tells, I have a gut feeling that this person is going to be selected or not, and it really turns out to be true in 90% of the cases. 10% could be the false one, but this is a high percentage. The way you present yourself, the way you introduce yourself, that really defines the tone of the interview. So I'm not just bounding this session to be on a resume. I want to like combine both of these things, because resume is also a way to present yourself in front of the interviewer, in front of the organization, right? So introduction is very very important. What matters the most, everyone knows that yeah, we need to talk about the name, uh, our city, what we have done so far, and blah blah blah, whatever is being written in the resume that you just throw down in front of the interviewer in XYZ manner, whatever feels good to you. But the energy, the passion, and the voice modulation that you do in the introduction, that really matters the most. So before going on to resume, I would suggest everyone to present, to learn to present yourself, how to introduce yourself. If you're introducing yourself to someone, then it should make an impact. The person should remember at the end of interview that yeah, I have taken interview of someone. Doesn't matter how technical it goes, that whether you are able to crack the interview, crack the questions, that's a separate thing. But at least the interviewer should know that yeah, I'm talking to a person. He or she will remember that thing. Always make sure this. There are number of points that we will be talking on further into the line with resume, how you can introduce yourself and make yourself better. Okay, moving on to the next thing about the resume. What are the key points that you should have in your mind before drafting your resume? First one is definitely the sequence, because everyone, we goes from top to bottom. So whatever we see at the top, that is something we, at the highest priority, right? After then the projects and the work experience section. This is really really important one. Why I am emphasizing more on this? Let's assume in your past 1 year, 2 year, or whatever development time you have taken, you have gained let's say 10 skills. You are good in MongoDB, you are good in agentic AI, or you are good in React JS, you have a good hand in Flutter, and there are so many technical skills. You are perfect. But how do you show that hey, I am good at React JS? You don't give a quiz there, right? The interview will not ask a quiz that tell me that hi Gagi, I have a quiz for you if you're good in React.js, or you say that I have cracked this quiz. No, it doesn't work. Whatever skills you have, they will be emphasized by the projects that you have or the work experience that you publish in your resume. So technical skills section doesn't matter really, like it matters zero. Projects matters the most, because this is the real life implementation where the interviewer can get to know that how, whatever, what is the problem solver. Problem solver is one who has few things in his tech stack, in his bag, and how he solves the problem that comes in front of him with the set of tools or with the set of things that he has, right? Same goes with the project section in the resume. You have a number of skills by which you create a project. A project is a problem, a real life problem that you solve, right? So that's why I emphasize the most on this project and work experience section, and I would rate this to be on the top. Just after the education, you should always put this. What the exact sequence should look like, we will talk in the next slides. Next thing is presentation. What I mean by presentation is to make your numbers bold. Make your resume as a one liner. There should not be any grammatical mistake. It should be neat and clean. The indentation should be proper. Nowadays, like we use latex, we use overleaf, and those things to create our resume. So it becomes easy for us in order to maintain the indentation and all of these things. But presentation really matters, because just think all of this from your point of view. Assume you are the interviewer and you are hiring for your organization. So how do you filter out of the 100 resume? You definitely, like, it is something that our mind goes into. If you are seeing that there are some things that are being bold, the numbers are bold, the text check, the things that you want to emphasize more on, they are bolded and you have neatly written the resume, then definitely carries a cherry point, right? Next is truthiness. What I have observed in most of the resume, just people write that if they have written or if they have taken a single class of, let's say, any skill, let's say Python, they have just created hello world in Python, they write in the technical skills in Python. Do not go like that. Whatever you have done, just be truthful to the things that you're writing in the resume, because once you have write in the resume, see, from a point of view, you have created a one pager, right? This is the blueprint of you, that I have done these many things in my past whatever years that has been, right? If you're not able to say that much truth, then how would someone trust on you? So that really puts a question mark on your profile. So you should be very very truthful with whatever you are writing on the resume, right? There should not be any false commitment that I have done this project, because once the interviewer asks any question on the resume or on the things that you have written in the resume, and you're unable to speak at that moment, then I'm damn sure that you are getting a strong from there, right? You are getting a negative point, because that is really a red flag in case of interview. Next, and the most important one, is what makes you unique. There's always something that makes you unique in the resume, because see, again, going back to that perspective that I talked earlier, assume you are the interviewer, you're hiring for your organization, then how do you filter out of the 100 resume? Let's say you have 5 openings and you have 100 resume, how do you filter out? Tell me, anyone.
The one's work experience or projects that greatly aligns with our company's.
Okay.
CGPA भैया.
CGPA. Okay. Anyone else?
The ones that have a willingness to learn.
But how do you measure that in the resume, Bhavya?
Yeah, that
Um,
on the interview.
Okay, but now let's we are talking about the project, the resume, because once we are sorted with the resume, then we move on to the interview, right?
Yeah, Piyush, do you want to say something? You are on unmute.
uh, I want to say that we would simply sort out people by the skills that we need and the skills they possess. If they align together, then we sort them out.
Yes, your voice
Just
is very
little
very low.
low. Yeah. Please be a little louder.
S- Sir, I'm saying that our skills and the skills that we need for the company. Sorry, let me tell you again. The skills that the company is asking for and the skills that are possessed or are written in the resume for the candidate, if both of them align, then we sort them out.
Okay, valid point. Anyone else have any points? Okay, so what makes you unique is that is up to the individual. Everyone has their different things, right? Someone, as Piyush mentioned about the technical skills, someone has the technical skills section, that is something that shines out of the resume, right? We need something that makes you unique, right? That this is something by which I can say that yeah, I am better than the rest of the folks. For me personally, it was my code forces profile that I was around 1800 on code forces, so that makes me unique. So, in terms of these things, you need to figure out that where am I good? Am I good at CGPA? A point that I think Sankal said. Or am I good at projects? I have some good projects on AI, or I have a full end-to-end working project that is being deployed and currently in use. We also have a hit rate from the users as well, right? Or do we have some very cool skills? But again, I would not judge you on the cool skills. I would judge you based on the projects if you have with that skill, if you are able to deliver. Another thing could be achievements. There could be certain hackathons or the coding competition, like I don't know, Hacker Cup and all of these are now not happening, or Google codes them and kickstart. So they are not happening right now, but they were used to be happening earlier. I'm definitely sure there would be something else that is going on right now. So you need to figure out what makes you unique, what is the area in which you are strong, so try to make that more stronger, so that you can say in the interview that hey, I'm good at this and I can crack the interview on dint of this, right? So this is very very necessary. Okay, I would want the answer of this question from you guys. Why do we need a resume? What impact does it make? I already answered a brief of this, but I would like you guys to please share your thoughts here.
Yes, guys, please unmute yourself.
Bhaiya, it would help the interviewer to get a quick judge of who we are and what we have accomplished during our last 4 years in college. So he would be better able to assess us on the
Correct,
things we
correct,
know.
correct. I feel there are only four people in the meeting, Gargi. You said that there would be around 25 to 30, but I don't see that.
Yeah, please unmute, guys. It's just a very normal question.
Yes.
It's not any DSA question that we are asking over here.
Also, if you are hesitant about speaking, then I
You
don't
can
think
write just in
anything
chat.
benefit you will be getting from here, right?
Yeah.
Because see, there's a very clear thing. Whatever you holds within yourself, I say that you are the most intelligent person on this planet Earth. But it really doesn't matter if you are unable to present that thing in front of the table. That is really zero. Whatever you are carrying inside, what does it make sense? Again, it comes to the interview as well. I really say that at the time of interview, that whatever you have, like you have done thousand of questions and you have done number of projects, but if you're not able to deliver at the moment, then it's zero, right? It is of no use. It's totally waste. So just speak up. Whatever questions you have, whatever thoughts you have. Definitely everyone has thoughts. So please. It creates a first impression. Okay. Should I think it would be better if you can unmute and say that?
Guys, please unmute, say something. You
Looks like
people wanted to
she's
have
hurried.
this session, right?
If that is the case, I can just skip over the slides and let you know that hey, this, and this, and yeah, it's over. You can go and take a nap. But please ask your questions, whatever you have, that will going to help you.
Yeah,
It will help
because
me. Like if I'm asking you again and again, it really it doesn't matter to me. To be very honest, it
yes.
matters to you because I have been through that phase now.
I have a question like not based on resume but on a similar topic.
Okay.
Like, should we make a cover letter where it's optional?
Um, I don't think for freshers cover letter is not required. It is generally being required when you are looking for some government organizations, okay, or you are looking for some different profile in terms of core. Cover letter is being mentioned there, but I have not seen like in case of or in the profile of analyst or did like the cyber security at these profiles I have seen that too in some of the organizations, but I would not recommend to have a cover letter. A resume is good enough.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No worries. If you are not having any question, then I think we already covered this question. Let's move on to the next slide. The next one is we are talking about the sequence. So, what the sequence should be? The main thing that I want to just let you guys know how do we decide the sequence is the priority. The one that is at the highest priority is keep at top, right? First one comes education. Education is up to you if you are looking for, if you want to include your 10th education or not. Then else, if you are also, do not exceed your resume beyond one page. At least for 3 years, up till 3 years of experience, you should have a single page resume. After then, the projects and the work experience section extend, and then you can have a two-page resume. But for now, just combine everything in a single page. If you have done 6 projects, just mention the top two, whatever you feel. First, mention the education section. It's up to you if you are having a space to mention the 10th as well, about the 10th standard, then mention 10th, 12th, and your graduation. After then comes the project and work experience section. If someone has work experience, then that should be put at the top. After then, it comes the projects, right? Why we are keeping that at the highest priority, we already discussed about. Next thing comes is achievement. Achievement could be technical and other. Achievement could be like I have done these many questions, I have this rating, I have cracked, I got this rating in that particular contest or some hackathon, or any of these things, right? You can mention those achievements. Next comes the technical skills section. You can divide this section into 3 categories. Basically, first one is the languages that you have, the second one the tools that you know, right? And third one could be the framework. So you can divide the technical skills into 3 sections: languages, tools, and frameworks, and just write in front of them as it is being mentioned over there. I will share this PPT with you, so you can refer it later as well. Don't worry about that. Next comes coursework. Coursework is optional and it is up to you if you want to mention. So coursework is basically the courses that you have done in your college, like DBMS, OOPS, OS. After then, following up is the position of responsibility or any extracurricular activity. Generally, this is also one of the sections that is being noted down in the HR interviews, that if you are good in some of the debate competition you have won, or you are having a good rating or good numbers in sports. So you can mention all of these things in the POR and extracurricular section. Next is certification. I would say certifications and declaration are generally being used. Certification is something where you have like your research paper, right? Your research paper have gone there. Also, research paper is something that is being valued equal to the project section, because again, as I mentioned, a project is something that solves a problem. So it could be a thesis, it could be a research paper, or it could be a real life example. So whatever skills you have, because in order to write a research paper, it and a research paper really matters the most. If you have a research paper and that is being published, then put it at the top. At the top, you should put that certification at the top above the project section as well, because that is really really crucial, right? When you have a project is something that you make, right? And after that, it is for the use of you and you are owning this. But a research paper, it is published, then it is for something that everyone will be building on top of that. Everyone will be using that knowledge as a source of truth, that this is something. Because how do we write the research paper, or how do we conduct the research? We read some research paper, and based on that we decide that yeah, this is truth, right? And now we are building on top of that. So that is considered as the universal truth in terms in the domain of a software industry, correct? So I would suggest, if you have research paper and published, put it at the top. So you can mention any certifications if you have for the courses, like you have done XYZ course from any academy, or like there are various certification from Udemy, Coursera, like this. Next is declaration. Declaration is again optional. I would say that if you are having the space in your resume and you are seeing that there is a void, then put up the declaration. Else it is optional. You can avoid for at least the fresher and for software industry. Okay. Now again, coming to projects and work experience, how you should. We are now opening up the resume section. Okay, how you should write your projects and work experience. What I have seen, what people do generally, they write the paragraph, they write the whole summary of the project, that my project is using Next.js, my project is using Node.js, and when the user goes in, user logs in, there's authentication via this, and user does this. It helps the user in order to maintain a e-commerce. This is something that they write, but no, a project is something that solves a problem. So the first line of your resume, oh sorry, of your project section should be the why statement. That why have you built this project? What problem does this project solves? Right? You can combine the first 2 points that I have written, problem statement and solution and its impact, in a single line. Am I good till this point, or I am going too fast?
It's fine. Yeah, it's right.
Cool. Always make sure to write your projects in 3 to 4 points. The first one would be the problem statement, that hey, this is the user problem and this is how we are going to solve this. So that the interviewer gets to know at the first line that this is the problem that they are solving via this project. The second one could be come up to the tech stack, that I have used this tech stack, and you should have a valid justification as well if that is being required. If you have used MongoDB, then mention that why I have used MongoDB in comparison to DynamoDB or Cosmos DB. Why not PostgreSQL, or why not a SQL database? Why I am using MongoDB, right? You should mention that in the tech stack. Next come is, I would say, the link. You can just mention the link either at the top or at the bottom, right? So you can like write the second point in 2 lines. But I mentioned that you can mention that we have used one for the front end, one for the back end if it is an end-to-end project, or at least there would be 2 lines, that I have used this tech stack to solve this, I have used this tech stack or this thing to solve this, so that you can parallelize the thing, that skill versus the problem, so that the interviewer gets to know that he knows about the thing, why he have used React.js or why he has used this thing. Correct. Also, a duration is being mentioned in front of the resume, like here. Okay, here, December 2022, January 2024. Okay, the first one would be the title. After then, what text stack or link you can mention, and after then you can follow up with the lines. But always make sure that you are writing in a bullet points, and try to constrain the line in a single line. Like, do not exceed any point in 2 lines. It would be good, it would be neat. And bold the numbers, like if you are having a tech stack, or if you use something that reduces, or that reduces your performance, or you have gained some performance impact or optimization and accuracy impact by xyz number by 87% or anything, right? Bold those numbers, because these matters the most, that this is the impact, right? Whatever problem you are tackling with and the solution that you have drafted via your project, this is the impact. So bold those numbers, bold the text stack in the whole resume. Whatever you feel that this is highly important, bold those, especially all the numbers, whatever rank you have and everything. Bold those numbers and bold the text stack, so that the interviewer's focus goes first on them, right? For work experience, again, it's a bit of the same. First, mention the role. After then, about the impact and contribution that you have done in your organization. That this is the contribution I have done to the project, and this is the impact that we have created via that thing. Duration, you should mention and tell about the numbers. Why I'm emphasizing more on numbers, because you guys all know that it is a time of AI. We have a ATS checker. So generally, most of the organization, what they do, they pass all of the resume through the ATS and check the ATS score and pick the resume based on the ATS score. ATS is being defined in such a way that it emphasizes more on numbers, because numbers tells the impact, that this project or this thing that the user has done, it has the impact of that, right? So bold those numbers. Next thing is, there's a 7 second rule. What generally happens, as I mentioned earlier as well, that in most of the cases we get a glimpse in a minute, but that is about the introduction. But when you look at a resume, when I'm looking at a resume, there's a 7 second rule, that within 7 seconds, if I find something catchy, then I will look at the resume, else I will just pass. If in 7 seconds I get something, it's a right swipe, else it's a left swipe. So you need to figure out how you should. Uh, we have talked a lot about the things that how you could gain the attention of the interviewer, right? At your resume, there could be achievement section. You should bold the numbers and everything. Correct. So that is a 7 second rule. Always keep that in mind while drafting your resume, and update your resume regularly. Whenever you are posting your resume to any organization, if they are asking for PDF, upload the PDF, else give them a link, give them a Google Drive link, and update that Google Drive, update that link with the latest resume every time. This is what I used to follow, right? What makes you unique? I think we have already discussed about this, that why should they hire you? Are you worth it? Show them who you are. These are the questions that you need to answer via your resume itself. Why should they hire you? It should be totally aligned with the skills and the project section, that this is the problem. You can directly say to the interviewer that, hey, you are looking for these problems and I have the solution for this. Are you worth it? Definitely I am worth it because of these particular tech stack, these particular things that you're looking for, right? Show them who you are. So that is a brief about the resume building and presenting yourself in front of the interview. So I hope it was helpful. At the end of the day, hard work, preservation, determination, and luck, it all combines and gets you the result, right? So guys, let's do this. If you have not created your resume, do it today itself. If you have drafted, please make the changes as we discussed in the past 30 minutes. So that was all from my side. Thank you everyone. Now I'm open to the questions that you have.
Thank you so much, Shivam, for solving the doubts of everyone. I hope this is a very fruitful session for all of you. So all those who are having questions, you may start asking. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Sir, I, sir, I want to ask that do we really need to put the duration in which we made the projects?
Piyush, sorry, but I'm not able to hear you properly.
Actually, I heard him. I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, please.
So he's saying that in the year that he made the project, so should he mention that year also in the resume, like when he made the project, like
Yes,
2025, 2024.
yes, you should.
Yeah, Piyush. You can mute
Okay.
yourself. I think there is certain background noise, or you're having any other questions, so you can ask again.
You can write in comments or
Yeah, because your voice is not coming clearly.
Yes, I think we have few hand raised.
Yeah.
Please,
yes, Yadunandan, you can.
I wanted to ask about the number of pages for the resume.
one
S-
page, single page.
is it very strictly
Yes,
constrained
it
to
is very,
one?
very strictly. For freshers, at least it
Okay.
should be a one pager resume, at least up to 2 years of experience. I have 2 years of experience, still, I have one page resume.
And one more thing I would like to ask is about the courses. How many courses and skills should be mentioned?
Courses and skills doesn't matter if you have do not have anything in the achievement section or in the project section.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Hello, Bhaiya. Good evening, Bhaiya.
Yes, good
Uh,
evening.
Bhaiya, so also I'm also from DTU. I'm an upcoming junior at DTU. So I wanted to ask, should I use the official format which is provided by the TNP, or should I use any other format?
Sankalp, for a very good question. For the companies that are coming on campus, you should follow the template that is being provided by the organization. Why? Because if you have the resume in a particular format that is being provided by your organization, then the interviewer will have a good sense. He knows that where the section is. If he is looking for the achievement section, then he can straightforward look for the achievement section at the same place in all the resumes. It might create a different impact, but I would highly suggest for you should make two resumes, right? The content should be same, one in the format that the organization or the college, sorry, I'm just terming organization more often because just of the my background because right of due to your college whatever IGDT or DTU has suggested you should make one resume in that format and other one should be in the different format and I would suggest that is DD leave. Okay, I would write here as well DD leave from overleave or you can look for the resume the similar one that I have shared over here. You can find this resume if I am wrong with that number at overleave.com. Okay, I would highly rate this platform to make your resumes. Always make your resume black and white. Do not include any color. It should be black and white.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Thanks, Uncle.
Yeah. Vivek, please ask your question.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
I wanted to ask that what is the most effective way to tailor my resume for different job applications without writing the entire thing again and again?
Um, for different application and for different posts, you definitely need to have different resumes, Vivek. Because if you are looking for an ML based profile, then definitely the project should be ML oriented, right? So what you need to do, you can create a resume that is a 2 pager or 3 pager. That is the base resume, and out of these, you can just pick those sections and put them in the new resume and just share that with the interviewer and with the company.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone else is having any other question you may ask?
Bhaiya, should the same be followed for different profiles such as core or non-tech? Like, should I make different resumes for that? Or the same one would suffice?
Again, simple. The profile totally like how you could give a resume of tech to a non-tech profile. Let's say I am hiring for a data analyst, okay, and you are saying that I'm good at cooking. What does it make sense? Sorry, I gave a very vague example, but I think
Yes, Bhaiya.
this is the coincidence that if you are looking for a role in the non-tech profile, then the tech resume doesn't mean whatever the job application requires. We need to draft our resume in order to that. The crux of the resume is you should be presentable enough. You should be able to tell them that hey, the problem that you are looking for, I am the solution.
Yeah, so anyone
Thank
else?
you, Bhaiya.
No worries.
Is there anything as like good projects or bad projects as like in if I'm doing for a SD role, so can
Mhm.
I just mention a simple MERN based, a JWT based application, or I have to go over the top and mention something
You
and make
definitely
something
have to
very good?
cross that, and Bhavya, the competition is very very high. Also, your biggest like challenge is AI. With AI coming into picture, if you are saying that I have done this thing, then the company can say that my chat GPT can easily do that. So what extra does you bring to the table? So ask this question to you and you will get the answer. That is definitely not enough.
Okay.
But that comes to the skills that you have. But with the scope of the resume, like it is something we are not talking about what you have currently in your bucket. We are talking about how to present your whatever you have in your bucket. Any other questions?
Yeah, anyone who's having any other question, you may unmute. Or if someone is writing in the chat, it's better you unmute.
Yes. Okay, Gagi, I have shared this PDF with you, so you can
Yeah,
just share this PDF with all of them. Okay. Also, you all can connect with me on LinkedIn for any question. Does having end user?
the
Yeah,
certificate.
if you have the space, definitely put them. Whatever you have, put them in the resume. NGO certifications. For another question, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. If I am not able to respond on LinkedIn, then you can reach out to me on my mail. I will just put my mail here as well. I'm hoping that, yeah, this session was informative.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Thank you. So that's all. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thanks everyone. Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Shivam, for joining in. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dia.